What's up guys, my name is Idris Ali. I am an Airbnb superhost in Nairobi, Kenya. This channel offers insights on how to actually run and grow an Airbnb business. By the end of this video, you will have the foundational knowledge needed to be able to start your Airbnb business and decide which Airbnb business models you can be able to use and which one works best for you. Hope this helps. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share to anybody who might find this content valuable. Thanks. So let's get started. The first Airbnb model that most people use is where they actually buy a property and put it on Airbnb. So this is basically home ownership. The second one is actually where you lease a property and furnish it yourself, post it on Airbnb. The third one is the agency model, and that's the model that we use as a management company. So let me expound in the different models. So let's go to the first one. The first one is home ownership. When it comes to home ownership, you have total control of the listing. You have less risk when it comes to you needing to pay rent sometimes if your property is not occupied. Yeah, and there are different areas. In America, I've seen most YouTube videos, people are saying that, oh, I'm making double the rent, I'm making double my income, and I'm gonna buy another house or something. Here in Nairobi, Kenya, sometimes the occupancy rates could be a bit lower because the market grade is, I think it's a B minus. I'll expound that more in another video when it comes to analysis and what we actually use to determine the market growth. The cons of home ownership is that you actually need to start with a lot of capital, where most people would not have that option. These are mostly people who are older or somebody who goes ahead and takes a mortgage, which is not the best option. The second one is actually where you lease a property. Leasing a property is where it's an unfurnished property and you pay the rent. So in this one, you have to pay the rent. If the rent is 100,000 Kenya shillings, that means anything above 100,000 Kenya shillings is what you'll be able to keep in your business. So that will be the profit. And it depends. The reason why I'm saying that the second model is actually a little bit risky is because there's sometimes that you might not get clients. Like the occupancy levels is not as high as in America or other countries where it's full of people, Here in Nairobi, Kenya, the occupancy levels sometimes could be around 60%. Sometimes it could fall below 50% to around 40%. So it depends on the type of clientele that you're able to get. And it's in the end, it's a long-term game, yeah? If you get a client today, they might come again next year. If you get a client, like let's say 10 clients. Out of those 10 clients, 3 of them might be returning customers, where you always have to create this relationship in order to retain them as customers. So when you're starting this business, sometimes the occupancy level might not be as high, and later you'll start getting people actually messaging you on the Airbnb app who have already booked and they want to book for a second time. The agency model is where you actually run a serviced accommodation management company and you get commissions from each and every property that you manage. So if you have 10 listings and you make a total net revenue of about 1 million Kenyan shillings, your commission there will be around 100,000 Kenyan shillings. Yeah. So when it comes to the agency model, you actually don't own the properties. You just have a contract basis with the landlords. Yeah. So for this one, it has to have already been serviced, and you're offering them better ways to get clients. So you can come to them and say, I'm going to put your listing on Airbnb and I'm going to get you more clients and actually grow your business. Yeah. So for the agency model, this is what we use. This is what I actually recommend to most people who want to start Airbnb and they don't have the money to actually go with the other two models, which could be leasing the property or actually home ownership. Yeah. And this is not as risky, but as long as you have a contract with the landlords or you have an understanding, you won't be able to make a loss at the beginning. Yeah, and everything is just about learning the business, and as you learn the business, you grow the business. Yeah, so this one is not as risky. You don't need that much capital to start, and You just need to be a hard worker, and that's you. Anytime you get an issue, you have to solve it immediately. Yeah. When it comes to serviced accommodation, you're basically running a hotel, and you need to make sure that your services are on par with what people are actually expecting. Yeah. And I hope this content really helps you guys. For those who have reached this far, I want to ask you one question. Does this business model actually make sense to you? If yes, reply yes in the comments. If it does not make sense, reply no in the comments. This will be able to help me actually make changes and actually kind of like create more valuable content that actually offers you something and you're actually able to learn from it. I'm thankful for all the support that you guys have shown me on this journey, and I'm looking forward to pushing more valuable content to you guys. So please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like it, and share to any person who might find this valuable, and follow my social media handles. They'll be down below. Thank you for everything.